we're going to bring Rachael on with us, who was a Manifestation Masters participant. And I'm thrilled for her to share her story with us. So let me welcome Rachael.
Hello.
Hi, Rachael. Welcome.
Hi, Jen.
I'm so glad you're here.
Yeah, so glad to be here. Can you hear me okay?
I can, actually.
Great.
Woo, woo, woo. This is our first time doing a live cast with all of these guests, so we figured it out. It's all working out perfectly. So, Rachael, I'm so grateful that you're here. I want to hear a little bit more about you and why you first came to me, and where you were at before you took Manifestation Masters, what your life was like.
Yeah, thanks, Jen. Super appreciate the opportunity just to talk with you, especially since I could never have imagined being in this position 2 years ago when we first met. I think I was in a really low place vibrationally, and I didn't even really realize it, but I knew something had to change. I'm not really, I don't buy into a whole lot of religious culture or anything. I was grasping and needed something spiritual, but more connected to community and myself again. I was in a really high profile position in the beauty industry that required a ton of travel. It was beneficial for a lot of reasons, of course, financially, a lot of opportunities, a lot of great people. But there was something that was missing, and it was really because I was losing who I was and giving it all to a company that I don't know, maybe in the end or in the grand scheme of things, really had my best interests in mind. But then again, I didn't know what my best interests were, I just knew that there was more out there. I had a small child at the house. My husband at the time was a stay-at-home dad, and I was just burning the candle. And I started really looking for something deeper to figure out who I was. And so I think I saw you at the Indie Craft Experience, like early, or maybe it was like late 17, and we started the Manifestation Masters program early 2018. And through that, I found so many incredible resources through our 40 days together that helped pull me out. So, yeah, let's go into that.
Yeah. So I want to hear, when you decided to join Manifestation Masters, did you have specific things in mind that you wanted to get out of the program?
Not when I first joined, because I was just, in a bit of a downward spiral, grasping, as I feel like so many of us are. Like I didn't even have the space or the energy to figure out who or what I really wanted out of life, because we were just going, and there was no time for myself, which was, especially a sad thing to think or say. But you helped.
I mean, like, I feel like so many people can relate to that.
Yeah,
right?
career driven and mom and just doing all the things. But I didn't realize how toxic my life had become because I wasn't caring for me first. So I couldn't be the best person I needed to be for my daughter, for my husband, for myself, for my community. And then I wasn't putting the work out that was the best output I could have done. And I didn't have my heart into stuff anymore. Yeah, so I was really kind of at a low point, I feel like. And it was really amazing to start the process with you, because you really helped guide our group into step-by-step tasks that made it digestible to figure out what I needed out of life, piece by piece. And it became really beautiful. So
Yeah, so you got the clarity you needed from doing the program. So even if people are listening and they're not clear on what they actually want, but they know they're not happy where they are, and there's more,
yeah, definitely.
that it provided that clarity for you. So let's talk about what happened.
Yeah, so I actually, as an exercise, and I come back to this often, I think that's one of the key things, was that you taught a systematic a program that I could go and revisit from time to time and see, if I'm in alignment. Did I feel like I was in flow? Am I kind of reaching goals that I had early set out for myself as a big dream? And surprisingly enough, looking back just today, I can't believe how many boxes have been checked. I mean, it truly is power of intention and manifestation at its best. I'll give you an example of a couple things. The home, I was living in the city in Atlanta, very congested area. I didn't have the space or the land that we were looking for. More importantly, though, I didn't have a school for my daughter that I felt was going to meet her at the education level that I was hoping for. And so that was a big thing for me. Health, I was probably at my most unhealthy coming into my late 40s or late 30s, early 40s. And I really needed a kickstart in my health. I was overweight. I just was feeling run down. Love, I didn't feel connected with my partner or my daughter, which was those two were the most important to me, but really for myself, even. Community, career, as I mentioned, all kind of felt like dead ends. So I was asking for, and in the big dream, right? If anything was possible, a house north of the city with plenty of room and nature with a great school. Here I am. Got that check. My health, I'm now the healthiest I've ever been, the strongest, the fittest, the firmest, down 25 pounds, eating and making a consistent habit out of health and wellness. So I feel like I'm the sharpest I've been and really the most vibrant I have felt, which is incredible. It gives me a ton of energy and pride just to say that, because I think as women, we want to feel that strength. And I feel like I'm committed to that now. Love, feels super connected with my husband now going on 10 years, and my daughter, able to show her that, and myself. Community, a huge tribe of awesome, we call it the high vibe tribe. Of course, kicking off with my buddy Allison Hare, who became my accountability partner throughout the program, and now is like one of my best friends, closest women in my tribe today. I see her watching, I think so. Yay! What's up, girl? And then my career, which was probably the biggest pivot, but like I said, I was in the beauty industry and marketing, high profile job there, and I really wanted to get back to my foundation, which is voice work. And as you can see, I am in the studio that I built in my gorgeous home here in the burbs. I am working full time now as a voice actor, and even better than that, so is my daughter, which is something that I never in a million years would. I mean, that was big dream to the next level, and it came about through all of this.
Tell everybody how old she is.
She's 7. She just turned 7. She just finished a national radio campaign for a year contract with Moe's Southwest Girl. She's the voice of their new Kids Eat Free campaign. She's 7 and has 4 agents all across the country, is well represented, and is using her voice for good. And that element of this is something I couldn't even imagine. And it happened, I believe, because we put the effort into making sure I was in alignment. And then through that, a domino effect happened. I mean, we're just spinning upwards, and she became very much part of the fold. So yeah, super, super grateful.
Something you hadn't, right? You said it was the result of everything else you were doing in Manifestation Masters.
I think
And
so. I believe that. Yeah.
and you shared even about your husband getting a new job.
Yeah, he's a CFO of a company with his best friend, and an accountant, a senior accountant with his other best friend. So he's working his butt off, and I'm super grateful for that. Our tables have turned so that now I can focus on this craft and make it a passion. In fact, I had some goals early on when I started early this year. I ended up resigning from my position at the end of last year. Sorry, that's 18, not 19. And I said, enough. I'm going in all the way. I'm just going to commit, and I'm going to give myself a goal financially, and give it 1 year. And I'm proud to say that I was able to double that goal financially. And this is definitely the sustainable way for the future, at least the near future for me and now my daughter. So super awesome.
so amazing. Not
Thanks,
only
Jen.
did you start the career of your dreams and look
Yeah.
at how successful you're in this professional studio, your voice is, of course, a professional voice over voice with your
Thanks.
mic in the
Yeah.
and you already sound incredible. And the fact that like it just catapulted your daughter's school and her and then this extra career for her as a 7-year-old voiceover
It's amazing.
and your husband's job so you can relax and the new house. I mean, so many amazing things. And your new best friend,
Yes.
who was
And
your
so many of them too. I mean, you really cultivated a tribe of really like-minded people. That was one of the greatest things that came out of it. One of the most expected things, actually. Part of the program was that there was real community and connectivity that has transcended the 40 days, and still touching base with some of those awesome contacts today. So who have all become friends, of course.
I love that. Yeah, because each time I do the program, I start a new private Facebook group just for that particular round of the program. And I think it's so nice. It keeps such an intimate space
Yeah.
versus being thrown in one of those giant Facebook groups and not really connecting deeply with everybody. You're all
Yeah.
like going through it together.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kinda crazy just to even be talking to you and say, I mean, it's surreal, and, like, the words coming out of my mouth as I can go down the list of wants and wishes and things that we manifested, together. I mean, it changed the perspective and the paradigm for my life for sure, and, whether I, attribute you bringing that awareness to me and then ingraining that into just changing my frame of reference and the narrative that I was telling myself and telling others. It's really profound, the change that can happen when you're just aware and you really put the work in, to get really focused on what you want. So yeah, I got to thank you for that.
Thank you, Rachel. I'm
Yeah,
so thrilled for you, and I'm grateful that you came and joined us live from your studio at home
I
that you
know.
manifested. As a result of Manifestation Masters, it's incredible. Do
Thanks.
you have any last words for people who are looking to manifest in 2020? Maybe they're thinking about signing up for Manifestation Masters. Anything you'd want to share with them?
Yeah, I mean, so much, honestly, and this is like coming from the truest sense. I have little things written all over my studio just to remind me of some of the catchphrases that resonated so well with me. Be the ball, right? Used to say that, just to stay in the flow and let it come and go, and not to kind of overanalyze every piece of it because you can obsess in these cyclical, like hamster wheel of your mind about little things, but allow yourself to just dream big and then let it go. Like, let it go. The auditions come. I do the best you can and you let them go. You think big and you do the best you can and you put the best energy out there. And you will be amazed what comes back when you just let it flow and you get in that good vibration. Um, One of the best things I really appreciated about the group on Facebook, speaking of that, is that as you contribute, and it was part of the practice to contribute, and come in and check in as an accountability person every day. But your feed changed. So the negativity went out, the politics, the crap, and that helped me just to check in and get a mental mind fresh too of positivity throughout that. So that was amazing. But just to be optimistic, and if there's nothing else, operate with gratitude every day, and you'd be amazed what comes back to you.
Yes,
Yeah,
amazing. Oh, thank you, Rachel. I'm so grateful for you and so thrilled that you are a manifestation master. And I can't wait to see what you manifest next. So
yeah.
thank you so much for being a part of this broadcast today. Grateful for you.
Grateful for you, Jen. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Bye, Rachel. We're going to bring on someone else next. Thank you so much.